Okay, hello students. So in this video I'd like to tell you about two aspects or two things about our class that pertain to watching the videos. And if you recall, this is an asynchronous class, and so the bulk of the lectures will be from watching these videos. So these are essentially our lectures. So there's two things about watching them that you need to be aware of. The first thing is that if you look on our Canvas site, you can see right here there's this link that says 48 questions on the final exam. Now, what on earth could that be about? This is the first day of class. Why are we already talking about the final exam? Well, if you click on this link here, you'll get a document that looks like this. So one sort of labeled 48 questions, and if you look at it carefully, it'll say, well, Winter 2021, these are things that every Cal Poly graduate should know about the sky and astronomy. So what I've done with my experience teaching astronomy is I sort of boiled it down to sort of 48 or so outstanding questions that I feel like you should probably just know as you leave Astronomy 101. So the videos and the things that we talk about in the lectures, there's going to be a lot of details in there about this and that and numbers and things you probably won't remember, and it's fine if you don't remember them. It's just details of the class that we're going to go through to give you a good rigorous astronomy class. But the 48 questions are sort of boiled down to some things that are sort of more general out there, things that you don't necessarily need to be an astronomer or actively in an astronomy class sort of to know. And there's some things like, as you can just see, I'll just read a couple with you here, how are rainbows formed. So we're going to cover how rainbows formed, all the details, but it would be nice when the class was over, maybe several years from now, that you would still kind of remember the basis of why we see those beautiful rainbows in the sky. Similarly, questions like, why is the sky blue? Things like that. Is it because of all this water in the sky? No, but we'll see about that. There's things like, what can you tell from the North Star? What's this deal with the song, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? So as you can see, what are those dark splotches are on the moon? As you can see, these are just very general questions about the sky and astronomy, and I've come up with about 48 of them. In fact, the last one there is one of my favorites. What is the lie of the sunset? And so these are questions that I'm basically going to write your final exam from. Okay, so I'm just sort of giving you at the very top here of class. This is sort of an epitome of the things we're going to cover in our class, and I just hope you remember as you move on after this. Now, how is it that you're going to remember? How is it you're going to get all these things answered? Do you need to start researching them now? And the answer to the question is no, because here's the way it'll sort of work. If you go then and start watching the videos, so here's an example video that comes up, I don't know, at some point in the quarter. I'll always sort of write it in route as I'm sort of talking about a video, something like Q39 or question 39. I'll either refer to it in writing or I'll refer to it by writing it over here. I'll say, okay, we're going to answer this question now. And so what does that mean, Q39? Well, that means that we're about to answer question number 39 on this sheet here, which is, for example, in this case here, right here, is there anything wrong with the Star Wars quote, "You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon? It's the ship that made the Custer run in less than 12 parsecs." So that's the question that we're about to answer in the context of the video. So the answers to these questions come from the videos you're going to be watching, but you just need to sort of be prepared for the answers to come out. And as the quarter goes and as you watch your videos, be ready for the time that so maybe have this out and just sort of be ready for the time that I write Q2 in a video where I'm about to answer why rainbows are formed, or be ready where I say something like, Q27, where we're going to answer why Pluto isn't a planet anymore, that kind of thing. And so that's where the answers are going to come from. This is a quarter-long sort of mini, sort of brother or sister to the video watching that you can sort of start preparing for the final exam with a nice list of questions that I hope you remember long after this class is over. And I just think being in a polytechnic university like Cal Poly, particularly if you're going to go into teaching with having youngsters around, they're going to ask you questions like this. Why is the sky blue? And, why are telescopes always long? It'd be good if you had sort of an idea of where these come from. And so that's the point of the 48 questions. So you can get yourself your own PDF of them on Canvas right here, and you should just always have them out or available as you watch the videos, and just be ready to start compiling these answers as they come out in the videos. Okay, that's the first thing I wanted to tell you about. The next thing I want to tell you about is, what is this with the app and checking in? Okay, bring up the video here. Here's the app, and checking in is the second thing. Okay, checking in. The checking in refers to the video watching, okay? And it turns out that I will give you credit for watching the videos, and these check-ins here are a little bit of a motivator for you to keep up with your video watching and make sure you watch them all and don't skim through them and just watch every other one and that kind of thing. So what's the checking in about? Well, it works like this. Suppose you're watching a video, and in this case here, this isn't quite, this didn't come out so hot. a little blurry. But so suppose we're watching a video here, and the name of the video is called Rocket Launch, for example. And the names of the videos are always in the big doc online you can find about what you're supposed to be watching. And in this particular part of the video here, you can see the rocket is taking off and has just cleared the tower, okay? And you can barely read it, but it says down here that the time in the video this is happening is right about, I'll just sort of write it here, it's right about 4:22.54. That's just the playback time when the rocket has cleared the tower, okay? So what you'll get then is when you download the app on your phone and you sort of go to check me in, and you'll see it's the class, there's a code for the class that you'll have to register for. You'll get this drop down here that'll have a bunch of videos. Now this only has the one video in it here, but there can be a bunch more. There can be another video here and another video here that you select from. So suppose you select with your hand the word rocket launch. And where did this name come from? Well, that's the name of the video that we're talking about up here. And again, the names are always given in that big video menu that you can find online. So what you do then is the clue that's been sort of put out for this one here is, and the clues are also in the spreadsheet, is when did the rocket clear the tower? So it's just something in a video, and it can be just about anything, like when did I write the word Earth down, or when did I draw a circle around Mars? It could be anything like that. That's what we mean by a clue. But the point is that you're supposed to watch the video and pay attention for these clues and look at the playback time when the clue happens. Load your phone, select the right video, and what you'll get when you select the right video is going to ask you for the time of that clue. And so it's up to you to punch in the time you think the clue happened. It's always this playback time. This is just sample down here. Tap the check me in button, and if you get the check-in time right, you're good, and you get 1 point for watching the video, and those points will just accumulate over the course of the quarter. So you get 1 point for this. And don't worry about being exactly correct and that sort of thing. All of these times here are always good to plus or minus about 10 seconds, I think is what I have it set at. So you don't have to get it exact. There's a bit of fuzz in there, so you don't have to worry about getting to the exact second. As long as you're in the neighborhood, you should be okay. So plus or minus 10 seconds. So if you get it wrong, you're probably just way off. So don't go punching in 4:22 and 4:23 and 4:24. That's just not necessary. You're probably just off. And if you really can't find a clue, let me know. I'll help you find it. Okay, and so that's the second thing I wanted to tell you about. So those are the two things then. I'll just conclude this video then I want to tell you about. It's the 48 questions, which are things I hope you all carry with you from the class and will form the core of our final exam, and checking in to get credit for watching videos. And this is some percentage of your grade, which you can see on Canvas. Okay, thank you.